young, insecure woman working in a hat shop gets into a situation where she is turned into an old woman. So she goes on a journey to try and break the spell, and on her way, she runs into a moving castle owned by a magical being named Howl. And they go on a journey where a lot of different things happen that I don't want to spoil. As always, Hayao Miyazaki has made a film that is visually breathtaking, beautifully atmospheric, and perfect on pretty much every technical level. Not to mention that, along with every other Studio Ghibli film, the music is moving and beautiful and masterful. Miyazaki has a massive talent for making his protagonist immediately likable, and he's done it once again with Sophie. We can tell that she's this wonderful, amazing person, but she is not aware of that. She is very insecure. That helps us relate to her on a very basic level. So when she gets this spell put on her, you're horrified for her, because you know how insecure she is, and you know how she's going to react to something like this. And they do something really brilliant with Sophie, where she's not only old in the sense of her looks, she's also old in her personality. She now has all this wisdom, she now has all this know-how, and she's stubborn now, and there's all these different aspects of her that are different. She ends up having way more confidence as an old woman than she ever did when she was just young. And Elizabeth ends up having a wonderful arc throughout the film. Howl is this magical being, he has this castle that can move, it can teleport him from place to place through the door. He's got a kid and a fire demon working for him, he's super charming and handsome and blah blah blah. But as the film progresses, we find that he is also very insecure. And he's a really fascinating character, the facade that he puts up, along with the dark emotions that he has within his soul. And whenever you get to see this other side of him, those are kind of the best scenes of the movie. So then we have this witch that put this spell on Sophie. Now, obviously she's the villain of the movie, right? Right? There's a point about halfway through the movie where we see the human side of this witch, where we see that she too is also insecure. And she represents this idea that what we consider to be evil incarnate is actually just another person. And what she goes through in this movie is probably more harsh than what anyone else in the movie goes through, and that just makes the character so interesting. The trauma that she goes through brings out the best in our main characters. Now, I think we've noticed a theme throughout these three characters. Insecurity. This is a movie about overcoming your insecurities, your self-doubts, your false perceptions of yourself. And the way the movie's able to weave that into the plot, into the subplots, into what's going on in the background is brilliant. And the world that this movie takes place in is so fascinating. There are wizards, there's witches, there's all these different magical creatures. There's a war going on which becomes more and more the forefront of the plot. Not to mention a lot of really strange and interesting characters. This is a wonderful fairy tale about insecurity. It's able to really just sweep you off your feet and charm you and hold your attention the whole film. The relationships between the characters, the way that they find family in each other is beautiful and will make you cry. It's just another great Studio Ghibli film in the pantheon of Studio Ghibli films. And I'm gonna give Howl's Moving Castle an A+.